Hey guys, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux. Today I'm going to be showing off something different. I'm still working on the LXDE version for those that are curious. It is making progress. It is still going to be a while before that is released, and there's a reason for that, and I won't get into now. What I would like to show off today is something else I've also sort of been working on the back burner. And until recently I haven't really given it a lot of effort, but since the requests keep coming up and they won't seem to go away, sooner or later I have to bite this bullet. So today I'm introducing the first 64-bit version that I'm currently working on. Now it's still early stages, and therefore a lot of optimization still needs to be done, but currently at this point in time, as you can see, it's running on about 399 400 megs of RAM. The system I've left idle for quite a while. When I first booted it up, I think it was 370, 315, 370, then it jumped to 400, then jumped up to 600. But I sort of was trying to do updates in the background or check for updates, then it came down and it settled on about 399 400. So it's been idling for about 3 or 4 minutes now, maybe a little longer. So that gives you a good estimate on what the idle memory is at boot up. So basically the first edition I'm doing is a Cinnamon build, which is based on Debian testing, Debian 8 testing. So this will be the first 64 build. Now a lot of what you saw in the 32-bit build, the i686 build that I put out live about 2 months ago, 2 months ago, most of that is in here. Very similar look, very similar feel, a lot of similarities. One or two things have changed. For starters, this is going to be a dual theme system where I'm not just designing one theme, but I'm designing two. The current one you see now, actually before I get into themes, I just want to explain the menus a little bit. Let me just switch the theme though. It's got a dual theme system where you've got a default dark and a default light theme. I'm just going to switch to light quickly. So pretty much anywhere you go, you just switch to default light. And this is pretty much the theme that you saw in the 32-bit version. Very similar to this. You've got two start menus, same as 32-bit. So you've got your synapse on the right, and you got your normal menu on the left. Now I've done some work on this menu. As you can see, it looks different to the i6.8 version, and it definitely looks a lot different to the default Cinnamon menu. This is actually a very nice layout. This little menu can be configured in so many ways. If I right click and I choose configure, you will see there are endless settings here. You can go crazy changing this menu just how you want. Which is how I came up with this little special little menu. It's much smaller than the i686 version, which I think was somewhere up here and halfway across, 3/4 way across the screen, more like it, not halfway, more like 3/4 way across the screen. It was a huge menu. I built that menu to look like the Mint menu. This one is slightly different. It's got your computer and trash, and then it's got accessible panel on the left, which is extension of your favorites icons, and then it's got your categories in the middle, and then it's got the actual apps on the right. And pretty much any app that you hover your mouse over, if you actually look here in the top where the actual system, the display info is, it actually tells you the app name and a description of any app you highlight. So that's very brilliant. So you can kind of just see what is what. Okay, so this is a very cool menu. It's got the search function, of course. It's got the system control buttons at the bottom. So pretty straightforward, very nice layout, very easy to use, just magical all the way around, and it's got some nice transparency as well. So those are the two menus. The themes, as you can see, this is the default light theme. So for users that don't like dark operating systems, this is pretty much the theme that you'll see. This is a port over of the theme that I used on the i6.8 build of Cinnamon. Makulu Cinnamon, except the panel I made completely transparent, not just semi-transparent, because that one was semi-transparent, this one's complete transparent. So yeah, so this is the same theme though, the same light theme. And then if I want to switch to dark theme, I just simply open up themes. See there where it says default light, you just switch to default dark, and you go to other options, and there you can switch your controls to default dark, and you can switch your borders to default dark, and there you go. Now you have a dark theme. It's still slightly transparent. If you actually look here, you can kind of see the tree through this bottom panel, because there's a little bit of slight transparency there, but you'll see that the menu is also still transparent, but is much darker now. You'll also notice that things like the terminal window, a lot darker. You'll see it shades even darker. Really fits the theme, especially with the shadow effects and stuff that come off that. Nice little top title bar as well. Buttons have changed obviously. And then if you open up your main file manager, you'll notice that it's a much darker theme, yet at the same time with a white text it's still quite easy to see. So you've got one last thing, the Synapse launcher also changes. It also becomes dark. So when the light theme is active, you get the light skin Synapse launcher. When it's dark, you get the dark skinned one. Right, so pretty easy. Themes, change to light, that's your shell theme, which means your panel and your menu, and then of course your controls, switch to light, your borders, switch to light, and there you have it. Now if you open up Synapse, it's light. Open up menu, it's much lighter, goes with the gray of the theme. If you open up a window, you'll also notice the same thing. So there, two nice themes for users that prefer light or dark. Compliments of me. There you go. So now you can, I'm going to leave it on dark. I kind of like the dark theme. Maybe it's 'cause I've just been seeing light a lot. So there you go, two nice new themes for users to play with. Everything else is pretty much standard. Some new wallpapers and stuff, new quotes. Everything else is pretty much similar to how the 32-bit system was. A couple of new things. You've got a login manager customizer in the system panel, so you can customize your login screen. Very, very nice. Also the device drivers is now inside the actual system settings panel as well. So a couple of small changes here and there. I'm still hard at work on this. So pretty much, see the memory's jumped up quite a lot now, but I've been opening up stuff. It will come down again. It's based on Debian 8 Jessie, kernel 3.16.04, 64-bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to update the users to show that I am currently working on a 64-bit build. I have enabled some stuff like the compass, the cube is enabled, wobbly windows is enabled, but you know, that's always wobbly windows is something that's always given a lot of sorry, I'm supposed to go to extensions. Wobbly windows is something that's always been a little bit something that's not quite easy to get working. You know, it's always got a lot of screen tearing, especially in VirtualBox. I know you can kind of mess with these and make it the tearing almost non-existent. As you can see, it's already a little bit less. It does take quite some work to actually get this to run without tearing on the screen at all. And remember, I am running in a VirtualBox, so on actual hardware I think this would be a lot easier to set up. You know, you kind of just set the friction, the spring, and the grid resolution. You kind of play with these until there's no tearing, and then obviously that's perfect for your system, and then from there onwards it kind of works as intended. But anyway, I'm just going to disable that. It doesn't help. I run it inside VirtualBox. So I've got cover flow working, or desktop cube, desktop scroller, pacifier windows. I've got wobbly windows, workspace grid, cheat tile, more panels, and I'll continue working on some of the extensions as I did with the i686 version. But yeah, it's pretty standard. Cinnamon with obviously everything ported over that I've done on the other edition. Mostly the theming work, all the apps are installed, so you got all your default apps that you'd usually get in Makulu. Steam is installed, so that's I had to get that working with some additional software that I had to scratch around for to get Steam, but that's fully operational. Um, you've got the WPS Office, that's fully operational. You've got the full Wine with the 32-bit libraries, so Wine's fully operational, so that's nice. So it's not every day that you see a 64-bit system that comes with Wine and Steam, both fully tested and both fully working. So that's something new. I mean, I'm used to putting them on because I'm always making i686 versions, but this is a 64-bit version. It's a different story. So yeah, those are like pre-installed on the system. So yeah, pretty much that's it at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll maybe make a video later about detail. I just wanted to show off that it is in the works. I know everybody keeps asking me for 64-bit version, and they get quite, frankly, they seem to get quite upset when I don't reply or I don't give a satisfactory answer. I'm waiting for the death threats to come in, kind of thing. But yeah, I just wanted to show off that I am working on a 64-bit version. So keep an eye out for that soon. Once this Cinnamon edition's done, I will probably move on to maybe XFCE or KDE next, sort of making 64-bit version. So yeah, I shall talk to you guys soon. Cheers.